Hello everyone. Welcome to day number 37. Today is episode 37 of Improving Chess, and I'm so glad that all of you are here. And today is going to be a lot of learning. But as always, I do not know who will be coming to the show and who will be not. Uh, sometimes someone is awake, sometimes someone is sleeping. So we'll take it as it goes. First, we begin with the most important thing, which is playing a game right now. So, all of you who are present here and would like to play a game with me, please come into the comedian's room. That is mentioned in the description of this video. One of the biggest challenges I have every day when I wake up is my hair. In this lockdown, I haven't been able to cut my hair and it looks very funny. So now I have stopped caring about it. I'm okay. However, it looks, that's fine. So, good morning to all of you. Yeah, I can see the chat now. All of you are here. And let me go to play chess and uncover this screen here. Yeah, and I go to clubs and federation, web rooms, clubs from webs and comedians. Yeah, okay, so whom should I play? What is this? Samay is here. Let's see. I don't believe he's here. I don't believe he's awake. Let's play against Rakshit Singh. Oops, 10 minutes. No, not Rakshit. 10 minutes is a bit too much. I'll send you, Rakshit, a 5-minute challenge. Because we would love if Vaibhav joins in soon. I think Samay is awake, perhaps. I'm not sure, but he's going to go to sleep soon. Let's see if... Samay is seeking here, but I can't... Oh, nice. Nice. My game with Samay, yeah? Doesn't work, perhaps. I think it's just his name is there, he isn't there. One is here and the other one is... Let's see. Last time I try and challenge him. Okay, let's try and get Rakshit. Okay, let's play against Rakshit. So c4, knight f6, knight c3, c5. I believe Rakshit is a strong player. He is, if I'm not mistaken, preparing for his some exams, and he has been improving at chess very quickly recently. Has been following all the live streams that we are doing. Okay, I think I'll play. See, the basic difference in this position over normal ones is that his knight is a little bit passive on e2, while okay, I think I can take a pawn, perhaps. Just I don't know how he's planning to recover it. Then I take the queen. Bishop c5. I think black has got a very good position out of the opening. So castles. And now I need to develop this bishop. I think a good idea can be e5 and just developing the bishop to e6. h3, but rook f d8. And now this d3 square is weak, so I would love to get my knight in there. Rook d1. Okay, every time you exchange a piece, the more risky it is. Like, because I take, knight takes, and now I must try to find a way to kind of get into the position. But I believe I want to play b5, or what can I do is I can exchange these bishops, because then I can go b5 later on. That would be nice. If I mean, it just frees up my, because every time I was planning to play b5 or move this knight, there was this bishop into b7. Not a fatal thing, but it's nice if I can exchange. Okay, that is too passive. That is too passive. How should we continue? Maybe I want to play b5, but then he goes knight c3, attacks my bishop and also the knight. So what I'll do is I'll play knight to b4, trying to get into the d3 square. That looks pretty good. Knight c3. How about bishop to c6? So that next move I can go b5. And I'm a pawn up. I'm very happy with my position. I don't think my opponent has any real threats. bd2, I just develop my rook to d8. And now I can go knight d3. Putting pressure on b2, then b5, b4. Seems like a3. Now we jump in with the knight. Oops, I could have just taken on d2. I just blanked out. Or maybe knight c2 was even strong. I just saw the chat and then I made a move. Okay, but you forget the en passant rule, yeah? I can just take. Okay, so yeah, we resigned because b2 was coming up and then bishop into a3 was hanging and too many things. So let's have a look at the game and understand where Rakshit could have played better, or even where I could have played better. It's not like every time you win there is nothing to learn from it, you know. This is yesterday's game, Mamba SR versus Vaibhav. Very funny game. I don't know if you guys were all present yesterday, but Mamba joined our live show and it was good fun. Siddharth Ranadev, GM Sagar sir, Achi Guru Dakshina. Have a great day. Thank you, Siddharth. Thank you for your super chat. Very nice of you. Let me see. Okay. I think today Vaibhav has also slept off, and everyone's taking a rest. I think Sunday. Yeah, Sunday is the reason. Okay, so let's have a look at the game. So Rakshit began with c4, knight f6, knight c3, c5, e3, and I believe that in this position I went knight c6. What white should do is play the move d4. My idea was to take and play d5. So basically you control the center always, and then you play knight f3. And this is known as the Pano-Botvinnik attack in the Caro-Kann. Very funnily, although you played the c4 as first move, actually it could also arise from e4, c6, d4, d5, ed, cd, c4, knight f6, knight c3, knight c6, knight f3. Same position, but from a different move order. So this could have been the nicer way to play. Knight g2 is not bad, but when I play d5 now, I think what white should do is perhaps take here, and then maybe take, queen takes, and knight c3. That would justify putting the knight on e2 so that the other knight can jump to c3, not b3, c3 here, and this would have been nice. But he went d4, and what I felt is that you can see it's symmetrical position. Like I have 3 pawns here, he has 3 pawns here, but my knights are slightly better because of this knight on f6, and his knight is slightly passive. So that somehow goes in black's favor. g3, dc4, and yeah, I just took. I guess here he could have just taken and then played g3 so that his pawn on c4 was not hanging. But he played g3, I took, bishop, okay, a big shout out to Ayushi, who says your class are worth getting up early on Sunday mornings but difficult for me to attend live streams. Will definitely catch up later on. Please keep the classes going. Best part of my day is part I spend learning. Grateful. Ayushi, thank you so much. Until now I used to think you don't live in India, but the other day you clarified that you live in India, and somehow I don't know why in my head it was like, oh, you live in the US. So very nice that you are actually waking up early in the morning to check this out. And yes, please have a look at them whenever you get time. Of course, after a point, chess learning is a lot about putting in hard work, putting in the effort. So it's not just fun, and it's not just, of course, if you enjoy chess, nothing like it, but you need to do it consistently, and every day waking up, learning, trying to improve is not easy. So let's just first look at this game, and if no one comes up today, I'm sure Vaibhav will wake up at some point, and if Samay is around, may also join in perhaps, because he said he's going to sleep, but he was challenging me for a game. And maybe Biswa. Biswa, the main thing is that he needs a break from chess. It seems like that. I don't know exactly what, but he is a bit tired, and it can happen, when you're playing a lot of chess over and over. And also these classes are not easy. It's not like fun and frolic. You have to focus. So yeah, it's tough. Queen d1, and he took with the knight. It makes sense, you don't want to break your castling. But after knight and I take with the bishop, I not only have very good development, but I also have an extra pawn. Bishop g2, castles, And now I like my next move, because many of the times all that you need to ask is which piece of mine is not playing in the game. And you see this is the one, and you see, okay, this is blocking. Can I move this up, or can I play b5 and bishop b7? b5 looks difficult because the knight would hang. So I go e5, and with the idea of, now he could play bishop takes and sort of mangle my pawn structure, but in a way what would happen is that these pawns are not so weak, they cannot be attacked. I can put my bishop on e6, and then I can put my other rook on d8, the other rook on b8, and there's just a lot of play in the position. So that's the reason why I feel this is not a great idea. So ndc3, bishop e6. Rakshit Singh, who played the game, said played too passively, was nervous, but not an excuse anyways. A learning from every game, Guru Dakshina. Yes, Rakshit, I could understand that you were nervous, but you know, the important thing is to understand that if you are putting your knight on e2 here, you don't play a symmetrical structure like this, because then it's passive. You must put your knight on f3 in that case. Okay, so he went back with the knight. I played bishop e6, h3. Again, why this move? I understand that you don't want bishop sometimes to come to g4, but it's not affecting you in a big way. Also, knight g4 is not really a threat. So even if you go rook d1 and I play bishop g4 trying to pin this knight, you can always push me back with h3 because the knight is defended. So moves like h3 in such position just slow you down. For just as an example, if I had to give, if you play rook d1, rook d8, bishop d2, at least next move you can move your bishop and get your rooks connected and some development done. Of course, it goes without saying that black is better here, but still, when you waste time with h3, you can't finish your development. I just take, and here I could have got my other rook straight away, but I thought he would anyway go with his knight to c3, so I decided to play bishop d5. And the idea of this move is that I want to play b5, but this bishop always keeps hunting this knight. So I said, okay, that's his only active piece, let's exchange it. And it also goes back to my previous rule of this football theory, which I have always mentioned. If you have, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4 active pieces, and let's say opponent has 3 active pieces, just as an example, then if in a football game, if there are 4 versus 3, it's still a close match. You remove 1-1 from each side, 3 versus 2, the 3 players become very strong. If you remove 1 more and 2 versus 1, then it's absolutely impossible for the one guy to beat 2 players. So that's the reason why when you are active, you may also think of exchanging some of opponent's active pieces to increase your own activity. And bishop f1 is clearly in the wrong direction, because now I still have 4 active pieces while he has hardly any. You know, like these all pieces kind of passive. I went knight b4, knight c3. Again, in such a position also, when you're dominating, a move like b5 would not be the best, because he goes knight c3 and I don't want to give up this bishop and also this pawn. You know, both of them are attacked. So let's say I defend with a6 and then he takes and he gets his bishop on g2. I don't want to play such a position. I want to keep it as simple as possible. So I went here knight b4, making a square for my bishop here. And now I will play b5. So he went bd2, rook d8, a3. And I guess I should have taken here ab, bishop b4, I guess, rook a7. And to be precise, maybe I can even take here, because there's no back rank mate. I can just block. But I think I just played it instantly and I decided that, okay, I will put my knight on d3, which is a fine move. b4, and I think Rakshit just forgot that there is en passant here. But already the position is very difficult. b2 is hanging, b5 a5, b4 could come. So that's how black is winning. Okay, Rakshit, thank you. You've been always following these streams, and it's very nice that finally I got to play you. Tell us your story again. What are you studying? And I think started learning chess at the age of 16. So it's very impressive that you started now. Keith Mascarenas waiting to join as a member. Yes, Keith, give me some time. I'm just trying to get some of the work done. I actually basically throughout the day I'm unable to work, but in the morning I make it a point to be on this stream because all of you guys enjoy it and are waiting for it. Priyam Trivedi, thank you so much, Priyam, I remember yesterday you wrote Badha coach ek baju, and you are something like that. Remember your comment. So Ayushi says it actually is getting more difficult for me than I care to admit. The level of learning and the things I'm still freely able to do. Chess does drain me a lot, but also keeps me motivated. May quit soon. Well, Ayushi, you should continue playing and following chess as long as you enjoy it, and it would be very nice if you could come on the show once and we could have a session together. So in that respect, if you would like that, because you've been a constant on these shows, then it would be very nice to have the next show with you joining in, maybe with Vaibhav or Samay, and you can contact me on the email or on Instagram. It would be nice to have you, but of course if you feel comfortable, that's the most important thing. Okay, so let's save this game. Sagar, please organize a tournament. Okay. I think that basically on play chess, like if we were to organize a tournament here inside this room, it's important for people not to be playing through mobile phone. It's not very stable. It's better if everyone has software like I have, and that's the reason why it's often it's not 100% stable. That's the reason why. Okay, so I had prepared something for the class, but I'm just waiting if someone will join, but I think it'll take them some time to join in. Maybe I can play one more game today and then we'll start the learning. Okay, so how about Ashutosh Agrawal? I don't think I've played with Ashutosh, right? Or Balbir Singh Rana, either of the two. Let's Balbir Singh. You no increment. I mean I want to keep it same for everyone. Okay, let's play with Aryan Atori because Aryan is very strong. He's very young, and I think he is very motivated to beat me. Priyam Trivedi says दुनिया ना बद्दा कोच एक तरफ अने तमे एक तरफ. Thank you. I like to speak Gujarati in between because at home I hardly speak Gujarati with Amruta. Okay, I have to focus against Aryan. He's a very strong player, young guy, talented guy. Must be preparing openings. So this is the Queen's Gambit declined. Knight c3. Okay, knight f3. I'm going to play this bishop f4 line because it's kind of positional and a nice way to play. E3. Yeah, b6. This is what I had recommended in my trainings. b6. I mean, in my opening series. Bishop d3, bishop b7. Okay, castles. Yeah, dc, bishop c4. I think black has a fine position here. But it's a very classical way to play. Okay, I'm going to play slightly positionally with Aryan. I'm going to take, and then maybe I can start looking at these points. Yeah, like knight b5, looking at the c7 square and the d6 square. I don't know if that is any good. Maybe he should go knight a6 here. Okay, knight c6. Yeah, maybe nothing special as such is happening here, but okay, let's play bishop knight to bishop d6. The plan is to try and win a bishop here and then have a small imbalance and try to nurse it. Yeah, I think bishop d6. No, this is not good, Aryan. Come on, this is not a good move. I don't believe this is a good move, because I can now play knight d6 and you have to go rook e7. I mean, you're still surviving somehow, but from a very normal, decent position, you have landed into not particularly great position for yourself. Okay, let's play b3 here. I'm not so averse to queen exchanges here, basically, because in the end game, I believe white will have a small edge. Rook d7. Okay, that's a fighting move. Let's put our queen on e2. Knight e4. Queen a5. Okay. How about rook d1? Maybe he doubles the rooks. I take. Rook takes. Maybe bishop b5. Just trying to pin this knight. Rook d6. How should I continue? Maybe rook c1 would be interesting. Rook c1. I could play queen c4, but then a2 is hanging, so maybe a4 at the right moment. Queen b6, slightly passive. Maybe I can play queen c4. You have knight a5, queen c5, rook c5. Possible. Okay, he's very passive in the position, but I must find a way to break through. I could also decide to just get rid of my back rank issues here. Or maybe what we can do is we can take. Yeah, that looks good. Take. Whatever he takes with, we play b4. I think that wins a pawn. Yeah, I think white has good chances now. At pawn up, things look under control. Okay, tricky. All youngsters are very tricky. You know, they never give up, and they try to trick you all the time. Now if I take on c5, he takes queen into c4. Okay, interesting. Yeah, nice move, Aryan. You kind of put me under some pressure. What should I do now? I'm sure there is something that I can do here. How about... also he's threatening rook d1 checkmate, yeah? So I have to be careful. I have to be very careful about everything related to the back rank weakness. Maybe I can get rid of my back rank weakness with h4. Yeah, but it's like I tried to pin him, but he pinned me in return. Very nice concept. Yeah, queen b4. I think I can take check. And then here rook 8, trying to take the pawn on a7. The only thing that's working for me is some activity, you know, in this position. Like now I have threat of knight d7, and he has to be careful because he may lose a piece. He could take on a2, knight d7. Yeah, but now I take this pawn, and I think I have some things going my way. f6, knight here. Okay, knight c4 perhaps. I don't know. I have a feeling that this position white is slightly better. Rook c6. Where to put the knight? Maybe knight d2. I want to improve the position of my knight, but e5 is a strong move now. Yeah, e5. I guess I should go h4, h6, try to create some play on the other side of the board. Try to create some weaknesses, put him under pressure. Also, I'm quite low on time, so have to take care of that. Okay, h6. Yeah, take knight h4. Somehow knight f5. Try to put some pressure. Knight e6, knight h4. h5, perhaps rook e7. I'm not sure what's happening here. Maybe I'm just going wrong somehow. He can take rook a2 now, which is a very important pawn. And now b3 would have been very strong. Okay, check. Let's go here. Knight d6. Knight c4. Rook here. Okay, takes. Rook f2. Okay, now I'm winning, but I have to be careful on time. Check. e4. Check. And check. Check. Just trying to force him into making a mistake. Take. Check. Come here. here. Okay, he's playing very fast. I should speed up. Ooh. Come on. Don't want to lose on time. Oh, no. Come on. Take. Okay, now I'm not losing. Okay, Aryan, you played well, but in the end, you just lost by 1 millisecond. Oof. Sometimes chess is very intense. I just missed many of the chats, so just checking if there was anything important. Yeah, but that was intense game, Aryan. I think you played very well. At some point, I think I was better. Then you got the advantage, and let's have a look here. Well, in the end, if you can make pre-moves very quickly, then you don't lose on time, even if you have very less time. So just trying to understand what went wrong, because I believe that this is theory. So Queen's Gambit, I get my bishop out, knight's nicely developed. Yeah, his name is Chintukle. Yeah, he's very strong. And I think he put me under a lot of pressure, but somehow I could manage to save myself in the end. Oh, a lot of people from Arya Shah are here. Okay, thank you, Arya, for sending a lot of people here, and nice. So b6, bd3, bishop b7, castles, dc4, bishop c4. Actually, I don't know if we should check who Aryan. I think his name is Aryan Ranjan, whom I just played. Aryan Ranjan Fide. No, I don't know if there are any pictures. I just want to show you how he looks, because I saw him recently at one of my Dr. Chess programs, and this is him. So he's 1800 ELO, but I think he's much stronger than that. I think he would play better. So first of all, bishop d3, bishop c4 and c5, and you can see that black is slightly behind in development, nothing apart from that, and he's played c5, and next move he wants to develop his knight to c6. That's his plan. So I took. Maybe taking is not the best move. I'm sure there are other games which have reached this position. Oh, okay, everyone has taken. Okay, Gelfand has taken against Carlsen. Nice. So maybe I was not so stupid to take this. Bishop c5. Okay, and now queen e2. Queen e2 is the kind of main move here. But by the way, Carlsen in this position, I think, took on d1. Yeah, this is a very nice line. Like rook takes on d1, and you will see that you will feel that white is doing better here, because see, white has everything developed. He also has the rook on the open file, while black is yet to develop. He doesn't have rook control. But it so turns out that after bishop into c5 in this game of Carlsen, I remember having seen that game, and now knight b5. The accurate move here, I think Carlsen played knight d7, knight d6, and then bishop d5, and actually I think black is doing okay. This is what should have happened perhaps. But Aryan, I think you should be careful. Aryan playing such openings, it's sometimes quite passive and could land you up in difficult situation. Aryan says just search Aryan Ranjan chess. Okay, let me just search Aryan Ranjan chess. This is Aryan. There's so many Aryans in Indian chess. So, but here he is. Yeah, this is the young boy. He is the one whom I just played. Very, very nice, young, talented boy. Okay, take. Bishop takes. And now I played knight b5. And now my opponent played knight c6. Which I'm not a big fan of, but I think it's okay. But I think my next move was good. What I was imagining maybe Aryan could do was knight a6. I don't know if that is just bad, because it kind of misplaces the knight, and when I play a move like a3, the knight would be out of the game. Yeah, I'm not sure, but okay. Knight c6, bd6, rook e8. Now I took knight d6, and I think at this point, if we look at the imbalances, I have a nice bishop as compared to his knight. And I also have a better pawn structure. He has 3 pawn islands. This is one island here, this is the second, this is the third. I have 2, one over here and the second here. So in a way, I have a lot of things going my way in this position, and I think b3 was a fine move. I was expecting him to take, and then if I take, you see I have very nice position, but he played rook d7, and he played aggressive chess, which is what I liked. I mean, he put me under some pressure. Queen a5, and here I don't know, maybe rook d1 I don't like so much. Perhaps I can just play bishop b5 straight away, force him to kind of defend this, and now play rook c1, and I don't need to exchange the rooks, and I can just double perhaps on the c file. Also, he doesn't have the d2 square for his rook to come in, because my knight protects it brilliantly. So I should have gone for that. Rook f d1, he played rook d8, I took, and now the problem was that at all points I was a little bit worried about my back rank, here. That was the issue. Like queen b6, I played queen c4, and I was imagining here that Aryan should not have played knight d7. This was a bit passive, because I'm anyway not threatening to take. Yeah, I was threatening, because rook d1 is met with bishop f1. Yeah, so I was thinking, like, if you go knight a5, I'll take, rook takes here and bishop f1, and I think white is okay. Like, white has no real trouble. So rook d6, rook c1, queen b6, queen c4, knight d7, bishop takes. Maybe this bishop takes and this entire idea with b4 was flawed. Yeah, h3, just taking care of my back rank would have been nice, and I think white has a small edge because of this weakness, and I can just massage it over many moves. It's fun, yeah, to play such positions. But b4 too soon. I was very excited that I won a pawn. He can't take, because I can take here, and now immediately it's like always you should look one move ahead, one move ahead than your opponent. So queen a4, and now I had to play h4, because if I take here, he takes the queen and I get checkmated. So somehow I thought, okay, h4 I liked, because you see in the end I was able to create some pressure with h5, h6 in the position. So if my pawn was on h3, which I had done here, then maybe it would take me another one move to do something. So I liked h4. I thought for 1 minute out of 5 here. Takes, cb, rook c8, knight f8, rook a8. And now I was actually hoping for him to play rook a6, because I think this was my plan, to go knight d7 and win this knight. It's not possible to defend it, but I think if he was careful, he would have played a6 here, and this could have been much better than what he did, because the rook on d6 controls the d7 square from where my knight wants to win. So rook a6, knight e5, rook d6, rook a7, f6 was a good move, kicking my knight. And I guess knight c4 was not so good, but already I was not sure. Like if I went knight f3, then I want to play knight d4, but he will go e5. So it's not so sure what to do, like knight c4. And here I played knight d2, he came in, knight f3, and now I was hoping again that maybe I'll get this, some kind of things going with knight d4, but he prevented with e5. And this is where I think my h pawn came to good use. Yeah, and my plan is to play h6 here, and if he plays h6, then I can go knight h4 and start looking at these weaknesses, you know. So I think again Aryan did well. He played rook b2, and maybe I was in a bit too much of a hurry here to play h6. Could have just improved my position with knight h4, threatening knight f5, looking at this square. If he goes g6, I can take, and then maybe g4. You see, everything on the queen side is under control. I have an active rook, slightly active knight, so I can keep pressing, but I went too soon for h6. He took knight h4, knight e6, knight f5, and h5. And here already things started moving out of control for both of us. Maybe I should have gone knight h6 check, king f8, then I have rook f7 and take on f6. And if king h8, maybe just knight f5 back with the idea of rook 8 mate. So you have to come out. I guess this should have been a draw perhaps, or I could have tried something there, but my move rook e7 was bad, because I just left my queen side in complete disarray. Like here I shouldn't have taken, bad move. Yeah, rook a7 was better, but I took, and now rook a2, rook c7, and I was thinking he can just play b3, give up the knight, b2, with the idea of rook a1 and queening. So if I go rook b5, check, and queen, and I think I'm losing here. Should have gone for that, I believe, but maybe I'm missing something. I'm not sure. Maybe I had to play check, king f7, knight d6 check, king e6, knight c4, something like that. But it seems like black should win this. I don't know, rook a5. I got some hope here, and then yeah, in too much of a hurry. Yeah, rook c2 was a nice move. That's what the computer recommends, because if I take, then b2, and it's again I can't take on b2, and if I play rook b5, then rook c1 and b1 queen. Knight d3 takes, and now rook f2. Yeah, he should have taken with the knight. Perhaps now I have some chances to hold this, but after this, yeah, of course I'm winning. I think Aryan wanted to beat me on time now, but well, it was very, very close in the end. I was down to 1.1 second and managed to win the game. Yeah, so that was how it ended. Okay, so aha, Ayushi has written over here saying, I'll try to be back when things are better and maybe then will be comfortable enough joining the stream. Thank you everyone for the support. Not giving up, not one bit. I don't even resign a losing game. Very good, Ayushi. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. And that's how you will be able to overcome this. And I'm sure you will do that. And then you should come on the stream. And you should come first on this stream. Yeah. Was fun to see you play so fast pre moves in the end. Siddharth Manu. Yeah. At some point, if I can focus well, I believe I can play decently, decent chess. But I think I should work on my chess a little bit more to become better. Okay, so let's now check what I had prepared for today's class because I don't see anyone joining in. So it's going to be me with you, and that is going to be interesting. I had asked Mahir, who is my nephew, to actually join today's session because he was going to play against Vaibhav. But let's see. Maybe I can get him on stream, and he can do the solving part. Let's see if he's available and if he would like, because having someone solve positions would be much more interesting. So I have sent him the link, and let me see if he joins in. And well, the idea was that he would play against Vaibhav today, but well, Vaibhav hasn't come up, so that's the reason. Okay, so now let's look at the first position that I had prepared for today's session. This one is black to move, and let's see what okay, let me hide this. No one here until now, but okay, maybe Mahir will join, and then we have someone who can try out things, and then tomorrow maybe he can play against the comedians. So guys, try to solve this one. Black to move. Yeah, very good, very good. All those who are very strong players should not solve this. But this one is basically some of the tactics that I have taken are from this book. It's called the Woodpecker Method. If you can see it, I don't know if it is very easy to see this book. It's called the Woodpecker Method, and it has all the tactics on easy, difficult, intermediate level based on world champions basically. So it's a very nice book, and you should try getting it. So what it has is it has 1100 positions, and you can actually solve them as much time it takes. One second, let me see. Okay, very nice, very nice. Let's see if Mahir joins, and then I can continue this class with him. It's exciting, yeah, to have Hello, 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 Mahir. Can you hear me? There are two Mahirs.
Hello.
Hello, hello, Mahir. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. You can hear me well. Yes, Mahir?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Guys, I want to introduce you to Mahir Patrawala. He is my nephew. Although Mahir, we are not like some 20, 30 years apart. Yeah, like 10 years difference.
Yeah. Not even 10.
Not even 10. How old are you? You are 20, right?
21.
21. So yeah, 9 years difference. And it so happened that I saw when I was around 10 years old, Mahir was just born, and uh, I had a great time playing with him when he was a little toddler. And then we would meet often and talk. But last time when we met, he said he loves chess. I was like, what? You started loving chess? You started playing chess so much? And that's when I said that you have to be on one of my streams. So Mahir, can tell us a bit about your chess interest and how it developed.
So I
Yeah,
used to
try
play
try
chess
to
for
try
like.
to adjust your camera so that your face can be seen entirely. Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So yeah, I used to play chess for like just like half an hour before I slept, just for recreation,
Okay.
and then you started streaming with Samay,
Uh huh.
which increased my interest even more
Okay.
about it, and then yeah, so now I just watch this stream in the morning, learn something, and then try to implement it in my game if possible.
And how strong are you now?
1200, not much, like
1200.
1150, 1150 to 1200.
Okay, okay. That would be so. So what we'll do today is we'll solve some positions because no Vaibhav and or any of the comedians didn't wake up. Yeah. So I got you. I'm like, yes, you have to join me, and you have to play this. So we'll solve some positions, and then I would like you to play one game against the viewer, any of the viewers. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And how? Where do I see the position?
I
Should I
I'll
open the
I will
screen?
send screen share with you.
Okay.
And what do you do now? Are you like in terms of what daily basis you are studying? You're an engineer.
Yes, I am in the fourth year.
And where? What are you studying?
Computer science in BITS, Hyderabad.
Bits Hyderabad. He's studying computer science. Actually, it somehow feels to me that engineers and chess go hand in hand. Like a lot of engineers, they just love chess. Do you think
Yeah,
so?
yeah, it's very true.
Why do you think so?
I don't know. It's like like it's just that kind of thinking starts with chess and then it slowly develops into engineering kind of thinking. I'm not sure, but
I
it
feel
was that like that for me.
I feel the somehow the logical thinking that chess requires is also what is you require in engineering, and somehow they both connect with each other pretty well. I
Yeah.
I don't know, something like that. So you can see the position.
1 second, it's minimized on my screen.
Yeah, you can maximize it.
Just a- Yeah.
We have one viewer here whose name is Rakshit, whom I played a few minutes ago, like today, and he says Bits is my dream college. So you should give him some tips as to how he can crack and get into Bits, because he last time when Biswa was on air, he said how to crack IIT. I remember him asking the question.
There's no simple answer to that.
You have to work hard, yeah. All that boring
Yeah, yeah.
boring cliche
11,
stuff.
11th and 12th is.
You have to study in
Okay.
11th and 12th. Okay,
Yeah, yeah. It's a
good.
grind.
So you can see this position now, Mahir.
Yes.
And black to move. What will you play here? Have you ever tried solving positions like this?
I see you solving.
Okay.
I see you solving positions on stream, but I haven't solved them per se.
Okay. So try it. Try it. I'm putting you under a lot of pressure today. Getting you on stream, asking you to solve positions. But I think you can manage it. Black to move. And we have chosen all the positions from first world champion in chess, Wilhelm Stenitz. And all of these positions are from his games. So how should black play here? Look at checks, captures, and threats.
So the pawn on h2 is pinned. So hmm,
So what are the checks you can see in the position?
rook takes h2 with one check, but then king will take it.
Yeah.
So there's no other check.
Any other captures?
We can take a pawn, but I don't think that will be of any use.
Yeah, this one. But then your knight is also hanging.
Yeah.
So you have
Yeah,
to
it will be of no use. So I mean, I feel we must move the knight, but then that will be a very passive move.
Yeah.
Maybe knight to d3.
Possible. Not a bad move. But you have
So-
you have a mate in 2 here.
Oh, mate and 2.
Yeah.
So knight h3 makes no sense.
No.
But knight g2 also.
Try to look at the checks and try to see after some sacrifice can you find a mate?
Okay, so sacrifice, so rook h2 and okay, rook h2, king takes, and then rook h8,
Okay.
and then what do you do? This is a check, so he has. Oh, sorry. Does he have any move left? No.
Yeah, it's a checkmate.
It's a mate.
Because this is controlled by the knight.
Yeah.
This is controlled
And
by
that
the
is
bishop. Fantastic. Good. First position ever on stream and you solved it. So let's go to the next one. I think okay, let me get this position on the screen. Yeah. This is second one. Yeah, this is a little bit tricky one. White to move. You have to win some material here. And why this is difficult for Mahir is because he has no previous experience of solving positions. So anyone who solves positions regularly may be more used to this, but he just plays. He just plays chess. So solving is not something he does regularly. But well, there's always time to learn. White to move.
A passive play would be just to take the knight because it looks very dangerous on f4. But since you said win a piece.
I said that? Win a piece? Okay.
You said win material. Win material.
Yeah, win material. Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. That what if we do if there are no checks, captures, and threats? How to move forward if stuck in a position? In general, there is always going to be either checks, captures, or threats. Threats are always, you can create some threat always. And if nothing, then you can improve your one piece in the position which is passive. Like, for example, I'll look at checks here. There are no checks. I'll look at some captures. They exist. I can see some captures. And then I look at some threats. And threats are nothing but attacking a piece, looking at something like, trying to maybe move a pawn somewhere, creating certain threats. And if nothing of that sort works, then you say, okay, my one rook is out of the game, I should get it in the game. That's how you think in chess, like, if you can't do anything useful, get in your pieces.
So I don't see any other move other than bishop takes f4.
Okay, if you take here, then I take
Or
back
you
with the
can
pawn,
yeah.
and then
Oh, you can take the bishop on d7 by pushing e5.
fantastic, amazing.
E5, you'll take the pawn and then you take the
I,
bishop.
I didn't expect you to solve this. And
The first move was obvious, and then this move took time. The e5.
yeah, very nice. So the way the combinations work is that you need to look at takes, and e5. If you give me the complete answer before making the first move, that would be very nice.
Okay.
But you got it, because take, and now you push the pawn. The bishop has to move, although this is a free pawn, but now you pick up this bishop.
Take the bishop.
I think better would have been to play bishop c6 here, so that now you are threatening to take the pawn. So you take on d6, he takes your rook, rook takes h1, and you have won 2 bishops for a rook, which is again an advantage for white. Okay, let's go to the next one. This one is slightly trickier. Black to move.
Oh, this I don't know. It seems the rook takes d1, and then queen takes d1, rook takes d1, and then you can give a check from somewhere.
Yeah, so if you take rook d1, queen d1, rook d1, then I will take your queen.
Okay.
So your queen is also hanging. So always begin with some checks, some captures. You try to think of possibilities here.
Okay. Rook d2.
Okay.
And then it's a check, and then rook has to take on d2, and then again you give a check, rook take d2, and then king take d2, and you take the queen.
And what if I go rook d2, king e1?
You take the rook, I guess, and then queen takes, rook takes, king takes. So you got one rook and one queen for the price of one queen.
That is true, but you have a stronger move here. That also, rook takes d1 is a good move here, but it's you have a
okay, queen h1 mate.
Yeah, queen h1 mate, and you win. Very nice, very nice. I don't know, you suddenly starting to up your game. Very good. Okay, let's go to the fourth one here. I have decided to give you 10 positions before you go to play someone, so that you are already set to beat the opponent. So, white to move.
Pawn takes, knight take e5 looks nice, because then you can have a fork on f7.
Yeah, but what's the problem with that?
Castle.
Not castle. Look at it carefully. What's hanging after knight into e5? If you take knight into e5.
Oh yeah, the queen is hanging.
Right,
Sorry.
the queen is.
That was bad.
But you have a strong move here.
Yeah, you can check bishop f7 check, and then queen, and then check, and then you can take the bishop.
Can you tell the notation so that I understand?
Knight take, bishop takes f7.
Okay.
then king takes f7.
Yeah.
Then knight takes e5.
So the point is, if I take bishop f7, you don't take it. You move your king. You're just a pawn up. So you can even just retreat your bishop. Nothing bad happened.
Yeah, and then the king is also displaced.
Right. So king
More
takes
castle.
is kind of forced, and now
Now knight takes e5,
yeah.
and then he moves the king, and then you can take knight takes g4.
Very good. Very good. Amazing. Knight g4, and now you are a pawn up. And you're two pawns
And
up actually, because you picked up a pawn here and you also picked up a pawn here.
and then if you do a short castle, his knight also gets pinned.
Yes, absolutely. Like if you go here, then there's a pin. Fantastic. Very good. Okay, let's go to one more position. This one is slightly tricky because there are so many pieces on the board, but you can figure it out. White to move. White to move.
The bishop to a5 is a pin for the king. So I feel there should be a move before that to ensure that it is
very
a
smart.
easy
Yeah,
queen
I
take.
like how he's thinking. This is the way in which actually good players think. You know, they see that bishop a5 will win the queen, but there is a knight here which is kind of protecting that. So how to get rid of that?
So I mean, bishop b5 takes c6.
Okay.
And then bishop takes and then pin.
And then you see the problem, right? Because you pin black, but black can already take your queen, bishop into a4. So although you did pin him,
then rook takes. Okay, sorry, I didn't see. Rook takes, pawn takes, and then pin.
Absolutely right. Rook takes c6, and this is the difference. Like you take, pawn takes, and now bishop a5, and somehow you were able to shield from this bishop taking your queen by taking with the rook.
Yes.
Very nice. Very quick thinking. Okay, let's go to the next one. Mahir, you should adjust your camera in a way where your face. Otherwise, yeah, this is better because every time you think, we can only see half your face. Okay, so let me. Yeah, so this is again a very standard position. Let's see how long it takes for you to solve this. Black to move.
Knight e3 check, queen takes, and then you take the bishop c4.
Okay.
Check.
Do you think you can do better than that? Because you gave up a knight, you won a bishop. Everyone's saying bits OP.
Okay, you can take the bishop, queen takes, and then fork.
Fantastic. My god. I'm seeing something here which I've not seen before. Like he's quickly transitioning from one variation to the other, which is I really like it because now you take. So first, what Mahir thought was he can give a check on e3, queen takes, queen c4, and although this is very good trade-off for black because it's a check.
And then you can take a pawn as well.
Yeah, but he will defend it somehow, queen e2.
Okay.
And you won't, but here when you take c4 first and then you check on e3, it's like you are winning a piece.
Yes.
Well done. Very nice. Let's look at next one. This one is, yeah, this one is tricky, but okay. White to move. Not so tricky.
Rook takes d7. king takes, and then you take the rook
Yeah, fantastic.
on
Absolutely,
b5.
absolutely right. Very quick, very quick. Takes and take on b5, and you win a piece because it's just deflecting. Like you deflect his knight and you
Yes.
take. Okay, let's go to the next one. And queen here. This one, let's see. Now a little bit tougher, I guess. White to move. I think you muted your mic, yeah? Ah, the train is going. Smart move. Ishan Mahajan has just sent a super chat saying Mahir hai puzzle solving mein Mahir OP. Yeah, surely. I first thought when he solved the first position, I was like, okay, Mahir's going to have a tough time today. I'm going to pose him a bit tough. But he's right now breezing through all of them. But I believe this one is going to be slightly tricky for him because it's not the standard one. I want to see how white to move here.
I don't see a check or a capture.
See, the point is when you see a check, it can also be an illogical check. For example,
Yes,
you can't discount.
queen takes.
Yeah, so you have to look at all
F6.
possibilities and you have to look at all captures. You can't say, okay, bishop into a6 is not a capture because there is a bishop here. You have to consider it, but then it may be wrong, that way.
Mm, no, even. I thought about bishop takes h7
Yeah.
to move the
No,
king, but
that
that's
doesn't make any
of
sense.
no use.
Yeah, he just takes with the king.
I don't see any good move.
Don't get pressurized by solving last because this one is quite tricky. It's not like one mover. It's you have to look two moves deep here.
Okay, I mean,
So look at all the threats. Look at all the checks. Look at all the captures. What can you capture here? What are the checks in this position? And then try to look a move deeper.
bishop c1, and then
Yeah, this
I don't know what he can play.
you should look at what he
And
can
then
play.
that is a mate.
Because when you look at your checks, captures, and threats, you should also look at checks, captures, and threats for your opponent. So if you play bishop c1, he will
Then you play bishop, queen d1
yeah,
check,
and he'll just pick
and
up
then take the
either
bishop.
this or this. So that may not be working
Yeah,
out
yeah.
well for you. So make it forcing.
Okay, you can play bishop e2, so he has to move the queen.
Yeah, or he can
And then
even interpose with his bishop in there. So the only reason I believe Mahir is finding this difficult to solve is because he has no experience of such positions. So I'm going to give him some hint, which is like look at some sacrifice here.
queen takes f6 makes no sense if I look at it.
Why it makes no sense? I take like what happens?
Take, and then what? Okay. And then the bishop f3, bishop f8.
And then where can the
Checkmate.
king go?
Yes. Nowhere.
It's a checkmate. You see, there is this here and there is this here, and it was nice. It was very very subtle. Yeah, like I think you've never solved a position like this before, or have you?
No, not really.
Yeah, and then check and you just mate him. Very nice.
It's mate.
Yeah, so you understand that in some positions, even an illogical move like queen into f6 can work. if you look
Yeah.
deeper. Okay. I think that was all. Yeah, I had you were able to kind of quickly blitz through those 10 positions. So you feel ready now to take on someone?
Yeah.
Sagar gives hints just like Amitabh Bachchan in Kaun Banega Karodpati. Okay. So you know you have to come in that room, the comedians room, which we have created. Do you have the link to it?
No.
Should I send it to you on Zoom?
Okay.
Okay. I think it is playchess.com/comedians, and I will send you here. How can I chat? And okay, come here with your, I think you already have an account which you created,
Yes.
so you can log in from there. And guys, someone can challenge him to a 10-minute game, and we'll see what happens. It would be fun. So the book which I was just gave Mahir 10 positions is this one. It's called the Woodpecker Method. Same college OP, Sneha Shish. Sneha Shish wants to play you, Mahir. He's from your same college. Can you see someone by the? Have you signed in?
I'm just signing in.
You'll play through mobile, yeah?
No. I will. I forgot my password.
Okay, so you forgot password. Okay, until Mahir figures out how to log in, I'm going to tell you that this one is called the Woodpecker Method, and why I like it is it has 1100 positions, right from easy ones it goes on to tough ones, and then you try to solve them. Let's say you take around a month to solve them. That comes to roughly around 35 positions a day. And then once you finish them in a month or so, then you do that book again, and this time you try to finish it in 15 days. Then you do the same book again, 1100 positions, finish it in 7 days. Then you do the same book again, try to finish it in 3 days, and your final task is to finish that book with 1100 puzzles in 1 day. Okay. And if you can do that, you know, all these patterns, like right now what Mahir solved, which was like, just as an example here, he took on f6 in this position, take on f6, take and mate. Now this is a pattern that needs to be fixed in your head. So many people ask, how can I get better at chess? What is the secret? And the thing is, you need to understand that this mate is a pattern which needs to sit in your head. Once it's in your mind, let's say, you will, whenever you see a position like this with your two bishops, you'll be like, can I checkmate him? And this happens at an intuitive level. It doesn't even have to be like, you know, you don't think about it too much. Because of your practice, you can get that. So that's the reason why solving again similar positions can be very useful. And the name of the book, Woodpecker Method, is only because, you know, the woodpecker always keeps pecking at wood, back to back. It hits the wood and it tries to destroy it. Same way, when you solve a position, you do it again and again and get better at it. That's the idea. Okay, so Mahir,
Whose game do I accept?
are you in the room?
Yes.
Okay, there was one person named Snehashish. I don't know if you can see him. Snehashish 320. Maybe you can play against him. Or we had someone yesterday. He is from your same college as Bits. You have to check in community tab at the on the. Do you see the community tab?
Yes, Neha.
Yeah,
Do I challenge?
yeah. You can challenge him to a 10-minute game, or you can accept his challenge.
Yeah. Oh no.
What happened?
I accepted someone else's.
Okay, that's fine. You can play.
I'll I'll just challenge Neha. Challenge 10 minutes. Okay.
Let me know when your game begins.
I don't think he has accepted yet.
Okay. For all the people who are joining in right now, Mahir is my nephew, and I saw him playing chess a few days ago, and it was great fun to see someone so close in your family loving chess so much. I was there, I was doing different things, and he was like playing one game after the other. He was just so much in love with chess, and I said, "You have to come to my stream." And today he's come here, and he's already uh, okay. His game has begun. He's already
Yeah,
solved
he accepted.
solved so many positions. What is this time? You did 10 minutes plus 1 second increment.
11. No, 11 minutes. I did 11 by mistake.
Okay, that's fine. So 11-minute game. Let's arrange the board well. Yeah. So Mahir is playing right now with the white pieces, and he's black.
I am black.
Okay. You can take off your earphones and then join in once the game is over, so that you don't listen to my commentary.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So it's the Queen's Gambit declined. I don't know how strong Sneha Sheesh is, but I have a feeling that somehow Mahir was able to solve these positions pretty quickly, judging from the first time he was solving something. Okay, so he's developed his piece. My advice to him when I met him for the first time was play in the center, and he's done just that. Sorry, he has just played in the center always. He's developed his piece, so he's doing it right. Let's see. And I like Snehashish. He seems like a strong player. He's developed both his knights out there. And bishop b4. Okay, this is the Ragozin variation. Usually people also develop their bishop on e7, but Mahir goes for b4. Aditya Somani says, I noticed you had to face some toxic chats, Ayushi, but people who support you are more and will wait for you to be back. You will win this game for sure. For sure. For sure. All those I think Ayushi is no longer here. She left for some time ago. But for all those who do not know about her, she is battling cancer right now, and she watches all the chess streams, Samay, Vidit, mine, and she enjoys it, and is able to gather strength and courage to face this not so easy phase in her life, which makes her a true champion in my mind. Like someone who's able to face the circumstances, is trying to find out ways in which you can improve. I think it's a really wonderful thing. Meanwhile, in the game, Snehashish is playing well. He's developed his bishop here. He's played e3, and now this is the point. I think Mahir has also played really well until here, but this is the point where things start getting tricky. What should you do? Should you develop your bishop here? Should you develop this knight? Should you put your rook on e8? Should you play c6? What are the possibilities? h6. Yeah, that's a decent move, because h6, you kind of want him to break the pin, and white should maybe maintain the pin by going back. Yeah, that's a good move, because if you take on f6, queen f6, notice that the d5 pawn is actually not hanging, because the d5 pawn is the knight is pinned right now. So after bishop f6, queen f6, d5 wouldn't hang. c5 by Mahir was interesting. I mean, many people would just play c6 supporting the pawn here, but he went c5. Okay, he's played rook e8. Interesting chess. My only worry is that Snehashish is very strong for Mahir. Like, he's somewhere around 1800, and then Mahir gets crushed here. Could happen, but still, from the opening, it's very difficult to judge how strong a player really is, because openings you have sometimes prepared them, you can play it, but once the middle game begins, I did not like the c5 move per se, but it's not so bad. I mean, white should just play bishop e2 and castle. Okay, bishop b5. Nice. Attacking the rook. But I think you can just play knight c6 here. And the bishop on b5 is kind of not ideally placed. So a right variation that I can look at, I mean, if I'm looking here, is knight c6, castles, bishop c5, bishop f6, queen f6, and knight d5. I think something like this gives white the advantage, because even if you try to take this pawn, the problem is after bishop c6, bc6, knight c7, there is a fork here. So that's the reason why. Okay, so Mahir took on c3 with a check. Okay, interesting stuff. Now he may take back with the pawn. B takes c3, and now maybe just knight c6. Actually, even bishop d7 makes sense now. Bishop d7, bishop into d7, knight into d7, and then you take on c5 with the knight. Yeah, should be nice. The game is actually heating up now. I want to see how black reacts. Although white is a pawn up, these two pawns are slightly weak. They are not particularly strong. Yeah, bishop d7. Good move, Mahir. Good move. Yeah, generally g5 in such positions is not bad, because knight into g5, hg5, bishop g5 doesn't work. So the litmus test of whether g5 is good or not is that after g5, immediately can white take and win this knight? I don't think so. I mean, I'm not talking about this position, but let's look at somewhere here. Instead of rook e8, if you go g5, I don't believe that taking this is any way useful, because first of all, you can take on c5 and jump back to e7. Secondly, knight can always come to d7 to further protect. So I don't think sacrificing works. So the next test is, if the bishop moves, can you do something? And here, if white can get a move like h4 in, then he is really attacking these weaknesses. So then black must play aggressively and put knight e4, pinning this knight, putting more pressure on the pinned knight, also threatening to take on g3 if possible. So in a way, h6 g5 in such position is really a dangerous thing. It's something that has to be properly assessed before playing. Okay, let's see where the game headed. Takes knight d4. Okay, so Snehashish is a6 was played. I was thinking, can you just take on b5, knight b5 and queen a5. Attacking the knight. Looked good. Okay, so he went back with the bishop, and I think that was a good move by white. Going back with the bishop, asking white as to how are you going to asking black as to how are you going to recover your pawn. Truly not an easy question to answer, but I think you can just go knight c6 and tell yourself, okay, these pawns are weak, I'll recover them at some point, I don't need to rush into it right now. But I already get a feeling that white has a nice position. What I would have liked with black here is perhaps to take and play queen a5. I don't know if this was good, because okay, if bishop f6 I can take queen b5, and already I think, yeah, he may play bd4, but then I can go knight d7 and try to pick up this pawn. Should be white is better, I think, but black should be okay. But a6 kind of forced him to a better square, and this is what was not a great idea. And let's see how it continued. Yeah, knight c6, good move. That's a good move. Rook b1, very good. Snehashish playing very well. How should black continue is the question. I have one idea. b7 is hanging. But I was thinking if we can go knight e5, knight g6, break this pin, could be one possibility. But also g5 should be at some point considered. g5, knight e4, just aggressively. Oh, he took on d4, but that looks risky. Because once you take on d4, you just straighten up his structure. Like he takes cd. Of course, ed is impossible because of the pin. But you take cd. And then queen a5 check. Queen d2. I don't see. I think now white has a clear advantage. Until this point, it was like white is up a pawn, but his pawns are weak. But once you take on d4, it's not easy. Yeah, check. Queen d2. Queen d2 maybe is a good move now for white. Yeah. Yeah, if you have to exchange the queens, I don't think you have any more chance here. Especially because white will have bishop pair plus a weakness on b7. Too many things going wrong for black. Yeah, bishop c6. Now I think white can just take on f6, spoil the structure for white, for black, and then later on you can try and open up a front from the other side of the board, because things are pretty solid on the queen side for black. I mean, what ideally white would love, black would love to do here is to go into an opposite colored bishop position. Like, just for example, if suppose he doesn't take on f6 and he plays something like bishop g3, then I would like to play check, takes, and rook takes. And what will happen is he will have a dark squared bishop, I would have a light squared bishop, and in this opposite colored bishop endgames, although there are two rooks on the board, the chances of draw grow. There is a higher chance rate. So by taking on f6, it would create even more, because it's the same colored bishop. And a very good move by white, h4, because now you can activate your rook this way. Bishop b5, I don't know. I mean, he's tricky because after bishop b5, a b5, rook b5, threat is to take on a2 with a check. He played a4. Interesting. a4 is really not a simple move to think. I mean, I would have not thought of a4. I would have thought of, say, this a4 move is very, very nice. I mean, he has to take on d3 now, and then, or he can come back, bishop c6. Bishop a4, okay. Bishop c6, but now just rook b6, and you attack this and also a6, and doesn't seem to work. Yeah, Mahir is hinting at something, I don't know what. Rook b6. Yeah, a6 is hanging, also c6. How to defend both? Bishop b5, but now take. Okay, it's still not over. It's still not over because bishop b5, a b5. If you play rook b5, I have rook a2 check, and then I am attacking f. Oh, he took on f6. Smart. I don't know. I have to ask what is Snehashi's rating here, because he is playing very strong chess, like a very steady player. No mistakes. I would imagine that white would go wrong at some point, but no, very steady. And now rook b6, maybe just go back with the rook. Yeah, rook d6 also strong. I mean, for black, it doesn't seem simple as to what he can do. He can play rook b8 and then just take on d3, try to push his a pawn, but this rook can always stop the a pawn while these pawns will start running, so you can't achieve everything here. Okay, rook b1. Take on d3, rook b8 now. Rook b8, king d3. Yeah, this is not easy. Yeah, Mahir has played well in this game overall, but I think his opponent was just too strong. I mean, rook d5 and now just a5, king c3, a4, king b2, and you can stop the pawns, and white has too many pawns on the other side. I believe that if Mahir attends few more sessions in this show, he might quickly rise up the ladder, because he was very quick in understanding all the tactical points in the position. He has actually had no real knowledge about chess solving or how chess works. Just quickly grasping concepts, and yeah, now he's going to lose on time. Oh, he has 10 seconds. Okay. Yeah. Take on h6, another pawn. Although this was a very tough game, I believe that it's a very good learning experience for him. Hello, Mahir. Is the game over?
That was an embarrassing loss.
Really? I didn't see that as embarrassing. I felt your opponent was very strong. Didn't you feel it?
Yeah, he gave me no
Exactly,
scope of
exactly. He was very strong. That's what I asked. What Snehashi is 320? What's your rating? Because this is a new account rating, so you don't know. But does he have a FIDE rating? I would like to know that. But Mahir, I have analyzed this game while you were playing, and you should check out the video again and try to understand where you went wrong. But in a gist, tell us where you felt uncomfortable.
I just didn't get any attack with my rooks. And
Yeah, this move c5
yeah, till
was a
here,
little bit risky, I felt.
till here I was comfortable. C5, I thought I will move it so that I get some kind of attack on
Yeah.
him. Because it was a fairly passive game till now, so I thought either c5, or if I would have moved my knight to c3, c6, my c5 pawn would have been useless.
Yeah, that's true. Blocking this pawn is not a good idea in this opening. So, but I was thinking maybe c6 here is also possible.
And then knight d,
Yeah,
knight
knight
d7.
d7, rook e8, maybe knight f8, knight g6. You could think of, and then maybe the bishop could come back. It's a possible way to play. But c5 is not bad as such, because take rook e8. I don't like this move rook e8. Perhaps you could just play say something like knight d7, trying to win this pawn with the knight.
I thought of either knight d7 or rook e8, but I thought I'd play rook e8 and then try to attack his e3 pawn.
Yeah, but
in some way,
it's defended
either by d4.
Again, this square is protected quite well, so pretty difficult to create something. Rook e8 is a decent. I mean, it's not a bad move because you're putting a rook on a semi-open file, but still, I would say knight d7 was better, and you would have recovered the pawn. Rook e8, bishop b5, and takes, and yeah, bd7. I like this move overall, because if you would have taken take here, I think you would have had a good chances of recovering this pawn back.
Yes, that was my plan, so that then I could have freed up my queen.
Yeah.
If I would have played knight d7.
But he played this, and now I think a6 forced him to a better square, basically. And you could have just taken here. And I was thinking of this.
Yes, I thought of that, but I thought putting the queen in the a file in the beginning would have been
No, it's pretty good. Like you know the
getting.
thing is, if he takes on f6, you have queen into b5 here.
No, I thought then he can play queen b3.
Yeah, queen b3, then knight d7. And I mean, I understand that this position is not 100% great for you, but now knight c5 is a threat over here. And also, if he goes knight d6 or something, you can just somehow try to defend it with rook e6 or rook b8 maybe, because this pawn, once it falls, then your position starts to become better, like become pretty okay.
It makes sense now.
Snehashish says, see you in college soon. And Sagar, I'm not federated but have been playing the game since I was 7. Thanks for the chance. Sagar OP. Snehashish, you are too strong. You should play a federated tournament. And Mahir, you should figure him, find him in college. Don't you think there are many bit centers in India? How many?
There are
3.
three.
So maybe he's from some other bit center, yeah? Because you are in Hyderabad. Yeah,
Yes.
so Mahir is in Hyderabad. I believe there's one in Goa and one more in
Pilani.
Yeah. So, yeah, the move a6 wasn't great because after bd3, and now I think came the critical mistake of the entire game, which was to take here. Because with this taking, you just made his structure beautiful. All pawns nicely supporting each other, and you're a pawn down. You should have kept it like this. Maybe.
I thought when I take it, then I can play queen a5 to give a check, and then play queen takes a2.
Yes.
But he had a better move
Yeah,
for me.
queen d2 was nice. And then I liked your fighting spirit here, because you h4 is very strong. I mean, this is like some grandmaster like play by him, h4, because everything is kind of fixed here on the queen side, so you open another front with rook h3, rook g3, or pushing the pawns. So very strong play. But this was a nice move by you, which was like, if you take, I take. Yes, I'm giving you a pawn.
Yes, and then I wanted to open up my king, the rook file. I wanted some kind of attack. That is what I had planned. But again, he did not take.
He was just.
He
What
played
is
a better move.
this move? I did not think it was very nice. Snehashish, very interesting move.
It was a really good move, so that he could develop a rook attack.
Yeah, and then take rook b7, and yeah. Well, it was all a lot of weaknesses, and then again rook b1 was a nice move to exchange the rooks somehow. I mean, maybe if you meet him in bits, you should play a few more games with him, because clearly he's a very strong player. Okay, Mahir, it was wonderful having you on the show, and you should join in more often, because I believe that you are a very quick learner. Like you started solving things very quickly in this. When I gave you the first position, you were slow, but then you learned everything. Next few positions you solved faster. So whenever you have time, try to join in this show. I guess, guys, you enjoyed. I mean, we would enjoy having Mahir again back on the show. What do you think, Mahir?
Thank you. It's fun.
Yeah, nice. Until you have some time when you are back home, you can join, because anyway afterwards you have to go to bits again. Okay, thanks for joining in, and see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys, that was Mahir, and it was very nice having him on the stream. Mahir, I'm going to end the call.
Okay.
Bye. And great fun. Today no one woke up, but we had someone else, so I hope that tomorrow we'll have the comedians joining back in. But today it was a good learning experience overall, and I hope that you guys will spend some time solving chess tactics, either from a book like this, like Woodpecker Method or chess course that we are checking, or you go to tactics chessbase.com. You can also create a free account, you can get the premium account, and you can start solving tactics, which I love to do. Whenever I get time, I just connect to the chess server and you see it's a mate. And then you go to the next position, and then when you solve it, try to solve this, and you see it's a mate in one. You when you start building these patterns in your head, like now you see these two rooks are separated, you fork. You just have to solve more and more. Like here, queen d5 and mate. So sometimes you will be like, oh, I was just trying to look at the position and you already found it. It's not because I'm some genius or something. It's just because I'm used to solving such positions. Now I will see here immediately queen c6, king c6. The king has come out, but I don't see another piece joining into the battle. So quickly I will see, oh, bishop e2 with the idea of bishop e3, bishop f3. But then I'll be like bishop e2, queen g6. If I play bishop f3, like exchange the queen. So bishop e2, queen g6, queen c6, king c6, bishop f3, mate. So that's how. Hi. What a joke. Okay, the problem is bishop e2, queen f5, queen c6, bishop f3, queen f3. I should go g4 first. Silly. It's the same concept, but I just did it differently. So you see, patterns help you, but as you saw in the last example, if you are not focused, then you will anyway make mistakes. So here now the difficulty level starts to grow, but I believe here rook h6, king h6, queen h4. Now if king g7, I can take on f5 and give a discovered check. So he must play rook h5, and to rook h5 I'm thinking of what is the way to create maximum problems for him. Rook h5, rook into h5, g into h5, queen f6 check is I think met with queen g6, queen g6, queen h8, queen h7. You can you not go queen f8 check there? Yeah, queen f8 seems to be working. So rook h6, king h6, queen h4, rook h5, g h5, queen f6 check. Now if king h7, queen g7 is a mate, so queen f6 only move is queen g6. Now I go queen f8 check. If you go queen g7, I can just take because there's a bishop. If you go king h7, I go queen h8. If you go queen g6, queen f8, king g5. Yeah, that's the logical move, king g5. Now I'm thinking of ways in which we can checkmate him, but I'm sure I'm very close. f4, king h4 only move. Queen e7, and I'm win. Yeah, it's a mate. Okay, that's a nice one. So take, check. It says solved, but rook h5 is the main move. Then I take, check, and you can see that here only move. Yeah, like I quickly discounted king h7. This is a mate, so only move. And now I quickly look at the options. One is queen h8, but I saw that maybe he has queen h7, also king g5. I was not sure, but then I sorted queen f8. And now if queen h7, this is a mate. If queen g7, then this is a mate. Oops, not this. This is a mate. And if king g5, which is the only logical move, you go f4, king h4, only other move, and now queen e7, and it's a mate. There's no way the king can go. Okay, so that's the point. I want you to understand how solving tactics helps you to get better, and this is what you should be doing. Please try to solve more and more tactics, get these patterns in your head, and you will improve at chess. Okay, guys, something important that I missed? Nothing important. And thank you all. Vidit stream today at 10:30. Yes, today Vidit is going to be talking at Maharashtra. I think it was, what is it? Vidit Gujarati. Is it on his stream today? Ah, yeah, Vidit Gujarati. Sports psychology. So we have already had Gayatri Vartak on our stream before. This is Soumya. This is Vidit and Gayatri Vartak. If you check her channel here, this one was Gayatri on ChessBase India, where she talks about sports psychology. So you can check that out. She's a very world renowned, at least very famous in India, sports psychologist. And it's good that Vidit is doing such a nice stream today. Would be great fun to follow. I will join you guys soon with the opening series from tomorrow onwards, hopefully. And today I'll just make sure I finish all my pending work that is going on, and I'll be back. Take care, guys, and see you soon. Bye bye.